We're here at SEMA, guys, 24, and we're here ready to unveil the throttle build. We're so excited to be part of this build. We just got an engine package together. It's our first 1500 horsepower PRP crate engine. Made it all the way to Vegas. Within a week, these guys slammed it in, and we're so proud to be part of it. So without further ado, we're going to pull the cover off this and have a look. Well, the car looks epic.
Dude, thank you so much. We couldn't have done it without you and your team. So thank you for all you've done as well.
It was fun. It almost broke us.
It almost broke both of us. Here we are, we got a finished product, and Mr. GTR even.
He just popped by.
Mr. Tamura just came by to see it. So to me, we've done a good thing.
Yeah, man.
Well, let's stop fussing about the car and actually take a close look at it. You've got all the knowledge about the engine, so why don't we bring them up to speed with what you accomplished in Australia while we were getting the chassis ready in America to accept that thing.
So we were aiming to send our new R0 as a crate engine, but it wasn't ready that week, and I had two engines ready and building at the same time. So
no pressure.
No pressure, and like, hang on, which one do I send? Is it the R0? We really want to do a few pull downs and check the R0 out. And if we send you the prototype, then I don't have anything to do.
Right, and there's some testing that needs to be done as well.
And there was some testing and checking, and a whole heap of new tech. So I had an 05U there. It's the purple one that we have on display. We've used it in shows, needed to be blue. You know what? Let's send that.
Perfect plan B.
So then got it on the dyno, and obviously we had some issues initially. Had to work a lot of hours, and we made it blue, made it make numbers, got it through engine dyno tuning, and ran it in and all that stuff. Packaged it up that night and it left.
Fast forward, I think it was about 6 days. We got the engine in America. Yeah. It was wrapped beautifully. It felt like Christmas morning when that thing arrived at our doorstep. The whole team was around it, as you can see in our YouTube video. Everybody was so excited to unwrap it. The fact that you were able to get it made blue for us in time and everything was epic. I mean, it looks stellar in the engine bay. So not only does it look great, it performs. So it did pretty well on the dyno.
It's a 2.6. I love a 2.6 because they sound amazing.
Yeah, agreed.
But it was a really efficient engine. It took like 28.5 degrees up top, which is awesome for an RB. It's our latest 05U well-ported head, and obviously we've been developing that for many years. So it was the first engine that's actually run with that port job in an 05U head. It's the first engine which is running an alloy integrated main cap brace, 7075 alloy brace.
Which you didn't tell me until it was already in our hands.
I didn't tell anyone.
Pretty cool.
Because I've been getting told for years that brace was never going to work, the expansion, the dissimilar metals. So I didn't even want to tell the tuner that it was a prototype brace, but I just knew it would work and I wanted to prove it, and it was awesome.
So Herman, what does it feel like being on the cusp of RB26 development? Because at this point, I feel like you're kind of leading the charge for that realm of activity. Like, nobody's really doing it anymore.
Look, there's a lot of guys developing new billet stuff, and that's all cool. I mean,
well, that's been done.
It's all been done. A cast cylinder head and block is what the industry wants and needs. So to be cutting our teeth on the first ones and actually getting it on the engine dyno and hearing it myself. And tuning and working it out and solving the little problems, the R&D, that's what I love doing.
Yeah. And I can tell, I can see it. I keep in touch with you very often, and I can sense that from you. But what these people need to understand, you guys watching, is that you're witnessing something that we don't get to see very often. And I hold that near and dear to my heart. I'm gonna get to look back in 10 years and be like, I was a part of that. I flew out to Australia to help you build R0. To look back in 10 years and look at the photos that we took and the times that we had, we changed it. You changed it.
Yeah.
Like, you literally had Mr. GTR here looking at this because he saw what you were doing when he was in Australia for GTR Festival, and now he's seeing it in a car. Yeah. This isn't just talk. This is actually happening. This stuff is happening.
Making a dent.
You're changing what happens in the future.
Be awesome. Even I mentioned to you, thank you so much for coming and helping, and you're like, are you kidding? I get to be here with you on the first engine.
I mean, to me, it's so big because I know what means to the RB community in 5 years, in a year, in 10 years. This is just a ramp, and it's going to change the course of what happens in the future, what you're doing as a single human being with a company. To me, that's just refreshing, and Nissan's not even doing this, guys. This man is. So we got to give him his flowers and support him as much as we can, because nobody else is doing the development you're doing, and that means the world to anybody that's into GTRs or RBs in general.
I really appreciate that, man. I mean, I'm doing exactly what I would want to do if I could pick my role in my career and the kind of work that I'm doing. Sometimes it's long hours, all the time it's long hours, and it's high stress and all that. But would I want to be, even when everything is turning to hell, I stop for a second, I take a breath, and I go, would I want to be anywhere else regardless of the issue I have now? The answer is no. I want to go through it.
Well, maybe the Bahamas or something.
Yeah, for a minute or two, and then I get bored. I'm loving it. So thanks for the support.
Oh, man.
And it's a pleasure to have you on board with my program.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well, should we take a look at the car?
Let's go. I'm here with Quinn, and he's going to talk you through the rest of the build.
So essentially what we have here is an R34 GT. So GTRs in the United States are getting very expensive and very hard to find.
World over.
Unfortunately, yeah, kind of. So we just got what we could, which is essentially a GT. So we wanted the all-wheel drive, we wanted the GTR, we wanted all the fast bits.
But it was a two-wheel drive, wasn't it?
This was rear-wheel drive, yeah. So we've modified everything. We've got a front GTR subframe in it. It was a lot, yeah. It was fun. But it was much more faster and efficient and cheaper than trying to find a GTR to start with. So we've essentially taken all the GT stuff off the car and made it all GTR stuff. Mickey won't tell you that it is a GTR. I'll call it a GTR because I don't care.
How dare you?
Haters are gonna hate. People get upset with that.
Yeah. Rear suspension, rear subframe, everything. We've got your 8.8 out back. We've got a power glide in the middle. GTR transfer case, which you sourced, fully rebuilt. Things ready to rock. Shockworks coilovers, all the fast bits.
I did notch the chassis rails a little bit.
We did. Yeah. So there was a good bit of chassis modification to go from a GT subframe to a GTR front subframe because they're completely different.
They are,
it was a lot of work. Yeah, it was.
And you don't realize until you're into it.
Yeah, exactly.
And the lump for the transfer.
Yep, so that had to be modified. So we did quite a bit of fabrication on the chassis itself, but pretty much everything else just slammed onto the car, which was really nice. We also added GTR rear quarter panels. Those are from Nismo USA, which is awesome.
OEM parts.
OEM parts. They make a lot of good OEM parts for this thing still, which is really cool. Like the rear quarter glass, that's still factory, out of the box, brand new stuff.
And there's nothing aftermarket that'll ever come close to something like that. It's got to be a factory part, right?
Yeah, the fitment on the rear fenders, like just everything is so good when it's brand new OEM Nissan stuff.
The wheels, you got a good combo with some drag tires that we sent over.
Yep, you guys sent those tires over because you guys geared it for tires that don't exist in the United States, which is awesome. So we had to get those from.
It's a common size in Australia, right?
Yeah.
So
we've got a two-piece Motegi beadlock wheel. So one of the other problems we've run into with a couple of the drag cars we've done is you spin the tire on the wheel. So we wanted to get an actual beadlock on this car because this is the fastest car we've ever built. We want to make sure that we have that.
And then you had brake issues in one of the episodes.
We did, yeah. So the wheel size were a little bit too small up front. We had too big of a brake, so it wouldn't even fit on. So Will would actually save the day with a new set of front calipers and rotors to actually fit the car.
They made that happen like in 24 hours.
Yeah, luckily Will was right up the street from us. So they're in LA, so it's a little bit of a drive, but we can get parts that quickly if we have to, which really saved us on this build. It's really good.
Well, it's definitely the most exciting build that I've had the pleasure of working with you on.
It's fun, yeah, it's awesome. So it was finally good to actually be involved with the build with you guys, other than just sending us parts over for Mickey's personal.
Telling you how to fit it. As I said, we dyno tuned the engine and it was all very last minute. You and your crew, 9 days, I think 9 days total to put it together, and I mean from a bare shell.
Yeah, so October 18th, this thing was still on the chassis dyno, welded. Every single part for the entire car was laying on the floor. And then we put the whole car together in essentially 9 days. We couldn't have done it without you and your support and your team and all this stuff. That you guys really made this build happen. So this is much of your car as it is our car.
Oh man,
100%.
I get emotional looking at it. It's been an awesome accomplishment.
I can't wait to get this on the track.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Can't wait to see it at the track.
I know, same. I can't wait to get behind the wheel. Actually make it pass.
You're gonna have a drive.
I want to. I want to. Really want to.
Well, it's 8 seconds. You just got to harness it and go.
Yeah, just stand on it.
Stand on it. Point and shoot.
Stay in it. So.
All right. Well, awesome. Thank you for that. And enjoy SEMA.
Yeah, thank you.
Speaking of excitement, I've got some really cool news to tell you guys, and that's because we are going to be releasing the range of Platinum Racing products on the Throttle website very soon.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm! Wait. Everybody calm down!
We're working in the background for the last, I don't know, year or so to get this organized, but I'm excited to tell you today that it's coming, and you guys will be able to search throttle.com for Platinum Racing products for a plethora of engine layouts and chassis very soon, so stay tuned for that. Thank you, Herman.
Thank you.